Imagine this. You're out of gas, but instead of heading to the pump, you grab a jug of water and fill up your car. No emissions, no expensive fuel, just water. Sounds unreal, right? But could it actually happen? Let's find out. We're living in an era of innovation. Every day we hear about breakthroughs in renewable energy, electric vehicles, and climate-friendly technology. But one question keeps popping up. Why not use water as fuel? After all, water is one of the most abundant resources on Earth, covering 70% of the planet. The idea of a car running on water isn't new. From wild claims by inventors to whispers of government conspiracies, water-powered cars have been a hot topic for years. But is there real science behind it? And if so, what's stopping us from ditching gasoline and electric chargers in favor of water? Let's dive in. To understand whether cars can run on water, we need to look at what water is made of. Water, or H2O, is a combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen, when isolated, is a powerful fuel. It's used in rockets and fuel cells because it burns cleanly, producing only water vapor as a byproduct. So if hydrogen is such a great fuel, why not use water as a source of hydrogen? Theoretically, we could split water into hydrogen and oxygen and use the hydrogen to power cars. This process is called electrolysis. But here's the catch. Water itself isn't a fuel. It's a stable compound, meaning the hydrogen and oxygen are tightly bound together. To release the hydrogen, we need energy, and quite a lot of it. Think of water as a locked treasure chest. The hydrogen inside is the treasure, but you need a key to unlock it. In this case, the key is electricity. Through electrolysis, we can use electric current to break water into its components, hydrogen and oxygen. Once we have the hydrogen, we can store it in tanks and use it as fuel. Sounds simple, right? Well, not so fast. The problem is that electrolysis requires more energy than you get back from using the hydrogen as fuel. It's like buying a $10 gift card for $15. It doesn't make sense. Despite the challenges, the idea of water-powered cars keeps popping up, and for good reason. It's incredibly appealing. Imagine a world where you don't have to pay for gas or worry about emissions. Water is cheap, clean, and available almost everywhere. But history is full of claims about water-powered cars that turned out to be too good to be true. One of the most famous cases is that of Stanley Meyer, an inventor who claimed in the 1990s to have built a car that could run on water. Meyer said his car used a special device to split water into hydrogen and oxygen with minimal energy. He even demonstrated his invention to the public, sparking excitement and hope. But when scientists tried to replicate his results, they failed. Meyer's invention was eventually dismissed as a hoax, and he faced lawsuits accusing him of fraud. Still, Meyer's story lives on, and some people believe there's more to the tale than meets the eye. Let's take a closer look at why water-powered cars haven't become a reality. 1. Energy inefficiency. Splitting water requires electricity, and a lot of it. Unless this electricity comes from renewable sources like solar or wind, the process isn't eco-friendly. 2. Cost of hydrogen. Storing and transporting hydrogen is expensive. It's a highly flammable gas that requires special equipment and safety measures. 3. Infrastructure. Even if we solve the energy and cost issues, we'd need to build an entirely new infrastructure for hydrogen fueling stations. This would take years and billions of dollars. 4. Competition with EVs, electric vehicles. EVs are already here, and they're getting better every day. Why invest in water-powered cars when EVs are more efficient and easier to implement? While we don't have cars that run directly on water, hydrogen fuel cell cars are already a reality. These cars don't use water as a fuel source, but they rely on hydrogen, which can be produced from water. Take the Toyota Mirai, for example. It's a hydrogen-powered car that emits nothing but water vapor. The Mirai runs on hydrogen stored in special tanks, and a fuel cell converts the hydrogen into electricity to power the car. While promising, hydrogen fuel cell cars face the same challenges as water-powered cars: high costs, limited infrastructure, and competition from EVs. So what would it take for water-powered cars to become a reality? The answer lies in technology and innovation. Scientists are working on advanced materials and methods to make electrolysis more efficient. For example, some are exploring ways to use sunlight directly to split water, a process called photoelectrolysis. Others are developing new catalysts that reduce the energy required for electrolysis. If these breakthroughs succeed, we could see a future where water-powered cars are not only possible, but practical. Imagine a future where you pull up to a fueling station and fill your car with water instead of gas. The water is split into hydrogen and oxygen on site using renewable energy from solar panels or wind turbines. Your car emits nothing but clean water vapor, and the air is free of pollution. It's a beautiful vision, isn't it? While we're not there yet, the idea isn't as far-fetched as it once seemed. For now, electric vehicles are leading the charge in clean transportation. They're efficient, practical, and rapidly becoming more affordable. Hydrogen fuel cells are also gaining traction, especially in industries like trucking and shipping, where battery-powered solutions aren't as effective. As for water-powered cars, they remain a fascinating concept, one that pushes us to think outside the box and imagine what's possible. So is it possible for cars to run on water? The short answer is not yet. The science is there, but the practical challenges are immense. Still, the dream of water-powered cars is far from dead. Every great innovation starts with a crazy idea. The airplane, the internet, even smartphones, all seemed impossible at first. Who knows? Maybe one day, water-powered cars will join that list of game-changing inventions. If you enjoy this exploration of science and technology, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating topics. And let us know in the comments, would you drive a car that runs on water?